right, it is 5:32 on April 7th, and we're going to call our meeting to order and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next we'll have a roll call.
Simonson, Rickrell,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister, Coleman, Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett. Yes.
All right, the next order of business is approval of our agenda for this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Bennett, seconded by Lyon. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett. Yes.
All right, item 5 is public participation. Anybody in the room want to talk? Anybody on Zoom? Next, we'll move on to our public hearing. It's a public hearing on the fiscal year 2025-2026 property tax levy. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Well, I suppose we should start out by reiterating that this is a state mandated meeting, unique and separate from our normal 6 o'clock meeting. Cities do it by a variety of ways. Half hour is a pretty ample amount of time to receive public feedback. I don't expect us to keep an open public hearing or for me to talk for a half hour about taxes for that long. But we do have to put in a good effort to allow the public to step in and say something if they wish. So, and no one's here. I suppose that is a good sign that we're being cost efficient and doing our work responsibly. And our budget and tax situation looks very similar to last year, if you remember those numbers. We do a comprehensive budget report that's a little bit more comprehensible as opposed to the Russian-looking report that comes out of our city software. So if you ever need a full printout of that, it's available to you, or if anyone from the public wanted it. Our levy rate itself, which Missy has available, looking into this year, is $12.54 per thousand assessed. That's a little bit down, about 1.5% down. And the reason for that, and this is something the Finance and Personnel Committee and Missy and I talked about, is our Employee Benefits Fund does have enough resources in it for us not to request as much from the public. And that happens for a variety of reasons. You know, we're forward thinking in our levy for health insurance. We predict that we'll be fully staffed. Well, there may be a retirement over 2, or we may lose an employee, and eventually over a few years we have enough money to not ask for as much, which is why you get to see a little bit of a small rate decrease. The overall levy amount that would be collected is just a little bit more, but it's near equal. And the growth rate for Maquoketa was near 0. As opposed to those mailings that maybe it was a lot to look at and even confused me of what I was looking at. Our growth was not 10%. It was close to 0. And it was about 0 from the state predicted as well about what statewide the growth would be for us. So we're sitting a little bit lower in a rate, and we're sitting at about the same amount of money that's being requested from a property tax perspective in the budget. That being said, costs are going up elsewhere in the budget, just like everyone else's personal home budget. And so I think we're set up well long-term, at least for right now, with our budget. And, you know, if there's anything else you want to maybe go over and discuss a little bit deeper in this, we can get into what some of these property tax figures go towards. But Missy has a comprehensive breakout, and the Finance and Personnel Committee, which, hey, Brett, thought maybe he was a curious person from the community. Maybe he is. Mark represents the Finance and Personnel Committee, and we've had 3 or 4 meetings on this building to this point, the next couple meetings for budget approvals. So I say in my document that I shared a couple weeks ago in an update, the council is under some tight controls, and we've continued to hit them, and the only one I'm truly worried about is the airport fund, and then collecting a decent fund balance there and making sure that we're receiving good value for what's provided out there, as well as accommodating air traffic that comes into the area. So there's not a lot of room to take losses in that fund, and we're very close, and we're just one good renter or two in the corporate hangar from being back to neutral on that fund, and we would be in fine position. So, you know, there's no airport levy that comes out of what's in a property tax bill, but it's supported in different ways. Do you have any questions on what we've provided you so far on rate to dollar, what goes into those mailings, or some questions that you may want to ask staff? And Missy looks at this all day, every day, not just me.
Move
I
to
can
close
tell-
the public hearing.
Okay, we have a motion to close the public hearing by Lyon,
Second?
seconded by Rickrell. Any discussion on this? And take the roll.
Sorry, I missed it. Lyon,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett. Yes. Rickrell.
Yes.
Okay, next we have adjournment. Any, get a motion on that? Bennett, second motion?
Second.
Okay. And Alinger seconded it, so. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.